Hello, my amazing tarot friends. It's Justin Michael. Welcome back to my channel. And of course, welcome if this is your first time visiting. I appreciate you stopping by today. I have in front of me the Grimalkin Tarot. It's by MJ Cullinan. And this is actually the second edition. It was on Kickstarter. It was a project I backed a few months ago. And it would have been my first cat deck ever. Except that in the time I was waiting for this, because you have to wait for Kickstarters to complete, I purchased another deck called Fail's Arcana, which I fell in love with. Actually, my friend Jesse Driscoll told me about this deck. Jesse's the creator of the Crystal Skull Tarot. She mentioned this to me, and she said, you got to get this deck. She knows I love cats. We both have cats that we love, and we'll trade pictures of our cats and stuff. I was like, at first I was like, well, I'm not sure because, there's no color. But then I saw the images, and I just fell in love with it. And she told me how nice the quality was. And she was absolutely right. Like, the quality of this cardstock is phenomenal. It's got that kind of sound like you get from the New Choice Tarot de Marseille, which some of you will know. But it's really just that good, nice feeling card quality. And then the images themselves are just beautiful. So this was a deck that I actually did a review of last week, and this was my first ever cat deck in my possession. But before I received this and purchased this deck, I had backed this on Kickstarter, the Grimalkin deck. And I was excited to get it because I don't have the Crow Tarot. I do know she created the Crow Tarot, but I did like it. I just never got around to purchasing it, and it's still on my list, so I may have to get that. But I decided to back this because I don't know, something called to me to get it, and the images were just really beautiful, and I just had a good feeling about it, so I got it, and I'm glad I did. So before I show you the tarot, I want to just show you the book that came with it. I can't remember whether I purchased this separately, like if it was an add-on, or if it came with it. I think this was an add-on, but don't quote me on that. And of course, whatever website you can purchase this Grimalkin deck on, I will link below. But let's take a look at the back of the book because it talks about MJ. So she's an award-winning Seattle-based artist, writer, mother, and lover of all things magical, especially crows. She attended Parsons School of Design, yet her unique technique for telling stories through digital collage is self-taught and has been her passion for over 10 years. Nature and its creatures are a familiar theme in MJ's work. However, having grown up in south of Boston, her collages are heavily influenced by the energy of the city. Her work often merges the two worlds. Her path into the world of tarot was a beautiful accident that came out of a difficult time in her life. The process of creating the Crow Tarot helped her discover her own wings, though at the time she didn't realize how life-changing the project would become. She simply fell in love with the process, the messages, and the feelings each card evoked. The Crow Tarot, MJ's first published deck, has achieved a significant following and recognition with crow lovers and the tarot community, including winning the 2019 Cardo Award for Best Tarot Deck and Best Illustrator of a Tarot Deck. I might as well read this, right? When MJ is not making art or writing, she is spending time with her daughter, playing in nature, practicing magic, and finding new sources of inspiration. Listen, I'm a very big fan of the outdoors. I love animals. I love being out in nature, so I can totally relate to that. And, this is something that I really liked. I did open it, and I did look through the cards. Just because, it's like, I don't really care for doing first impression type walkthroughs in this type of setup because I have a hard time looking. I like to become familiar just a little bit with the cards before I do a walkthrough. So the book is really nice, and it gives you quite a bit of information in here. You could use it as an oracle, which the deck does say you can use it as an oracle, the book rather, and it has a lot of yes no type things. I don't know where that is. Oh, here it is. Yeah, single card, yes no, maybe, has all this listed. I don't know if that would be something I would do, and it's interesting that she's chosen specific cards to answer yes and no. But, you know, the book kind of just goes through the whole layout of the majors, and then you have like a little, it's almost like a workbook, you know. So it's really interesting. So looks like a really cool book. It's about the size. It kind of reminds me of like a Baba Studio book, you know. If you ever got a book from them, it's like that kind of size. It's like short and sweet. The box is a nice telescopic box. It's sort of loose fitting, but it's really, really nice. You just kind of have to be careful it doesn't constantly fall on you, but it's very sturdy. And I do like these boxes because they're small. They're about the size of a tuck box, but they're, you know, they're a lot sturdier and they don't get beat up as easily. Probably a little bigger than a tuck box, but you know, it's not too much bigger than the deck itself. So I really love the backs. Has this like really cool mandala on the back, and the card quality. First off, it feels really nice. Kind of reminds me of the oh boy, what's that deck? Terror of the Holy Light. You know, like that kind of card quality. I don't know if you have that deck, or it's like not real thick, but it's good card quality. It's like nice and sturdy. It's playing card type stuff, but a little on the fancy side, and they just feel really nice. They kind of slide all over the place nicely. So it does have a couple of extra cards in it, I do know. So this is the first one, the first extra card. I guess we'll start by showing you that. So that's the Grimalkin card, and then this is Unity, which I really, really love that. That's just really pretty, and I have 3 cats, and they lay like that, you know, on my bed and stuff, and it's really just makes me feel kind of like homey, you know what I mean? And then here's the Fool. So the artwork is just really interesting. There are some crows in this deck because she is a fan of crows. And I'll probably, you know, I may order the Crow Tarot like as soon as I'm done filming this because I'm really kind of liking this. Here's the Magician. A lot of cool symbolism in here, and I'm sure it's all explained in the book. And we have the High Priestess. Pretty white cat. And the Empress. So it's interesting, you know, when you have cats, I have 3 girl cats, you can kind of tell boy cats and girl cats when you look at them, although sometimes I'm wrong, but generally I get it right. And you can just tell it's like a male cat, you know, like just by looking at him. He's like a very boy cat looking, you know, and that's kind of cool. He almost has the beard going, you know, like the Emperor's beard. And you have the rams in the back for the Aries. And then we have the Hierophant here. So that's kind of cool. He's got a mouse in his mouth with a key, sort of a nod to the, you know, the papal key. And you have other little cat in there, kind of. I was looking for a second cat, but you don't have a second cat there. Not, at least not that I see. And here's Lovers. That's really cute. Very pretty deck. That's pretty. And then the strength card, sort of, you know, taking on the wolf or the dog. That's probably like a husky or an Alaskan Malamute or one of them kind of dogs. And then we have the Hermit here. Just a cat like lounging in the garden, looking up at, like, you know, butterflies, sort of like in deep thought, kind of in their own element. Cats are like in a constant state of like zen, you know. And here's the Wheel of Fortune. There's a nice little hamso on there. I actually have quite a few hamsters. I know Chris Yell, my friend Chris Yell from Barely Balanced Divination Den, he has a thing for hamsters as well. They're really cool. They go back, I know, to like ancient Egypt, and I know they're big in both Islamic and Jewish, and I think Christian as well in some cultures. But it's a very interesting sort of esoteric symbol. But pretty cool that they chose to put one on the wheel. And we have Justice. Here's an interesting one, the Hangman, and you have the crows in there. It's sort of a crow with a, you know, the cat hanging from a crow's mouth sort of thing. I wonder what the crow symbolizes. Be interested to read about that in the book. And here we have Death and Temperance. There's the Devil. And the Tower. Oh, this one's really cute. I like that star. You have like a you know, tree of life in there, the star. Some of my most relaxing days, you know, someone like, whenever I have a stressful day, honestly, and I'm outside of this house, all I can think of is coming home to my house and like just being with my cats and my partner and so forth, and like I can have the worst day in the world, but I'll just lay in bed and my cat will like comfort me, and that's sort of what that reminds me of. It's like, you know what I mean? And here's the moon. So now we have the sun. I'm just going to go a little faster here. And Judgment. And here's the world. So it's really, really cute. The major arcana, I love it. And so now we're on to the minor arcana, and I have the Ace of Wands. So you're going to see some like Rider-Waite-Smith stuff in here. I like that. The top cat. They're very hierarchical too, cats, you know. I have one cat who she thinks I belong to her, you know, like in her mind I'm her person. And then there's another little cat that little nugget, she loves my partner Steven. And if the middle cat, which is our oldest cat, which is, you know, she's our oldest cat. She's quite a few years older than the two cats, the two younger cats. If she lays with me, like the other cat gets really, really jealous and will like make her like get up away from me. She doesn't do it to Steven, but she does it with me. Like she's very, very territorial. And even if I'm like really close to Steven, like she gets jealous. She's like, no, that's my human. All right, here's the court. So we got the Page, the Knight. Oh, I love this with the sunflower and everything. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Rider-Waite-Smith symbolism in this. And then we have the King. That's really cool with the gecko. I think that's a gecko. Oh no, a salamander, sorry. And then we have cups. So that's really, really pretty deck. It's just something like light, but I could see myself using this deck, you know, just for like readings for fun and maybe reading for my cats with it, like vet visits and stuff. And I just am happy to have it in my collection as well. I don't know this is going to be a deck that I'll use all the time, but I might. I don't know. I'll probably just play with it for the next couple of weeks and then put it on my shelf. Maybe pull it out once in a while. I'm trying to come up with a rotation to like a random kind of generator for decks, just so I have to work with different decks, which is going to be nice, you know. It's a good idea. Here's 2 of Swords. That's kind of intense. 3 of Swords. Interesting. That's actually really pretty, isn't it? And there's the 10 of Swords with the crows. Crows are back. And then you have the court cards. Page, Knight, Queen, and the King. And then we have the suit of Pentacles here. So the Ace of Pentacles, 2. That's interesting. Oh, that's really pretty. There are 9 of Pentacles. And then the 10 of Pentacles. That's really, really pretty. And we have Page, Knight, Queen, and the King. And that's the deck, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. You'll have to let me know what you think. Leave your comments below. And if you have any, you know, anything to add or any questions or whatever, you know, feel free to leave a comment below. And I hope everybody stays well. And I guess until next time, love and peace. Bye-bye.